Hey, what is up, you guys? It's Dustin, and I am back with another video. How are you doing, Nick?
I am doing great. How are you?
I'm pretty good. I have a lot of things that I want to talk about in this video. Not really a lot of things, but there's some really crazy things that I want to talk about in this video. There is a whole drama with this family, Matt and Abby. They went on a cruise ship, and they did something I believe is very dangerous. I want to talk about that. But I also want to talk about Mikayla Nogueira because she is apparently missing, and this is not clickbait. So if you guys are here to learn about this, stay tuned to this video. Okay, so on my TikTok, this cruise ship drama is going crazy because apparently family channels have made their way to the cruise ships, okay? I don't know why they would think that would be a good idea. Most people that would run family channels, you wouldn't think that they'd want to do content if it's just the two parents and then two small children. That seems like it would be a lot. But apparently these two, Matt and Abby, they seem really young. I don't know too much about them. This has been coming across my TikTok feed like every single scroll. So they have 5 million followers over there, and they decided to go on this cruise, and they took their two small kids with them, and they said that they wanted to go have dinner, right? So this smart girl, Abby, she decided that she was going to FaceTime the child monitor so she could watch her kids while her and her husband had a nice dinner out on the cruise, right? No nanny, none of that.
Just one question. What does it take to officially be done with certain influencers? Because I just saw that Matt and Abby took a cruise with their young children. The children were no longer happy going to the babysitting thing. And so they decided to FaceTime their monitors so that they could leave their two toddlers in the room while Matt and Abby left the room and went amongst the cruise. Now, I don't know if people do not live on Earth. I don't know if people love like the ignorance is bliss and they just want to ignore the fact that cruise ships can quite literally be one of the most dangerous places to travel to. There are countless cases of abduction. There are countless cases of people going overboard. Now, I understand if the toddlers are in something, right? They might not be able to get out of it, but that doesn't mean that somebody can't go into that room. That doesn't mean that somebody wasn't watching them on that cruise and that they didn't know, oh, they just left the room without their kids. I mean, do people not think like this? Like, I genuinely want to know, because I am constantly on like 100 when I am out with my children. And I know people get backlash for that too. They're like, nobody's stealing your kids. Says who? Says who? They are influencers. That means that people do know who they are and people might be watching them. But even if they're not, who is to say that that wasn't just a young couple on a cruise ship? It caught a psychotic person's eye and they said, I am going to stalk that family the entire time that they're on this cruise ship. Who is to say? I just don't know how and why these people keep their platforms when they do such crazy things. Are we not done with influencers doing stupid shit? And like, I'm not even about cancel culture. It's not even about that. It's just like the things that these people are, like Matt and Abby, the things that they're popular, famous for, whatever, is honestly resulting in a lot of people just not liking them and almost waiting for them to mess up. The craziest part is that they posted this online, so they didn't even see a problem with it. There has to be something wrong with them to think, hey, consciously, I'm going to post this online. Again, maybe it's just my hypervigilance. Maybe it's just me being hyper aware. But if I was in the spotlight, if I was an influencer, my mind would be thinking 10 steps ahead. I'd sit and think, if I posted this online, do I think that people would come at me? And the answer is almost probably likely yes. So don't post the shit. I'm happy they did, because obviously these children are not super safe if their parents are doing that. And it's more of a reality check, like, hey, don't do that. But I guess at what point do we say these people are not the types of people that we want influencing people online? I'm just baffled. I would never leave my children unattended, especially on a cruise ship. Makes me wonder, are they leaving their house on FaceTime and they're just leaving their babies bunked in their beds? Like, come on. I don't understand it. I don't understand it.
Well, it turns out that actually wasn't even the case. So these two small boys were apparently allegedly in two separate rooms, and she was on a FaceTime call with both of these monitors while her and the father were out having dinner.
She put them in two separate rooms?
Yeah, that's
that
what
weren't the rooms that they were staying in.
No, they're in two separate rooms. Like they're their rooms, but they're separated. They're not together while she's watching them on the FaceTime.
Okay.
That's so crazy.
That is a little weird.
It's scary to me that people would do that. Do you know how many crazy people are out there?
Done that.
There's a lot of people commenting on this saying they must not have heard of Madeline McCann. That's a big story. But your child can go missing, but especially like on a cruise ship.
I do not want to go on a cruise. It does not like appeal to me in any way. He is always talking about wanting to go on a cruise. I'm like, I've
never got to do it.
Have a great time. I do not want to get on a giant fucking tin can and float across the ocean.
So of course now people are pointing out that the two boys were allegedly separated, and that makes it even worse. Like, it was bad before, but I in some way feel like that makes it like 10 times worse.
We're on a cruise with our 2 kids. So let's do a room tour. And then check this out. This is our view of the ocean. Okay. Check it out. We have life jackets. Hopefully we don't have to use them. Abby is staying in the room next to ours, so I get this whole bed to myself. It's actually just 2 twin beds squished together. And we do that so that we can have one kid in one room and the other kid in the other.
The plot thickens. They have 2 rooms. So in my original post, I showed that Abby was holding 2 monitors. That is because they were literally FaceTiming 2 monitors, not just one. They literally FaceTimed both monitors from 2 separate rooms. Now this brings up an entirely different issue because so many people are like, well, what would happen in an emergency? Well, now we're not just talking about 1 room. We're talking about 2 rooms, 2 babies in 2 different rooms. I'm disgusted. Like, I am disgusted. There is a 2-year-old in a room alone and a 1-year-old in a room alone. I have no words, and I'm not trying to continue to harp on this, but the reason that I keep talking about it is because I know people are thinking like maybe they're doing it for rage bait, like clickbait, whatever, maybe. But the thing is, this is the only type of thing that you can bring to light and say, hey, these might not be people that we should continue to give a platform to. And I will say again, I am not about cancel culture, but this is wrong and it is at the expense of young children. And so I'm going to be an advocate for those children. It's not my place. I don't have to be, but I'm going to be. Second thing I kind of want to state is the reason that this is so infuriating is because these people are influencers to a very impressionable young group audience of young parents. And so these people are making it seem like this is normal or okay, and it is absolutely not. There are so many people saying if they were in a dining hall and now not just 1 room, 2 rooms, 2 babies are in 2 separate rooms, to get to those children in an emergency would take at least 10 minutes, if not more. Now in this video, you see that they have one of those like tent things over a pack and play. I don't know if those have a zipper on the inside. If not, I guess maybe that was their security. But then my next question is, where's the baby monitor at? If they have a baby inside of that tent, is the monitor inside the tent? Because that's dangerous, because that would have like a cord or something. And if not, if it's just sitting outside of it, they would not even be able to see if something was happening to their child inside that tent. If people have brought up choking, people have brought up not breathing, being able to visibly see their children, if the monitor is not inside that enclosed tent, how do they know what is happening to their child? This just keeps getting worse. I'm getting more and more angry at the situation as it unfolds.
In my opinion, they're terrible parents. This is not something that you need to do. And you want to go on a vacation and you don't want them there and they can't have parental supervision or somebody there to watch them, you do not need to take them or you do not need to go on vacation. It's just really that simple.
Like, of all places, on a cruise ship, and so many things happen on cruise ship, people go missing, people fall over railings all the fucking time. People do crazy shit on a cruise ship.
Yeah, and these are kids that can't even do anything to defend themselves or anything like that. So I'm going to keep watching this. It looks like they've deleted the video saying that, because that is very incriminating, because I can't imagine that they're not going to be reported for this. You can't do shit like that and put it on the internet and not expect people to report you for that. So I imagine that that's coming. But I want to know what you guys think about this. I think it's wild. I think it's absurd. I think that they need to get on the internet and address this. This isn't going to be something that they're going to be able to get away from by just continuing to upload videos and stuff.
I don't know. Crazier things have happened.
I want to see them be like held accountable.
Shamed.
Yeah, for this. We need to bring shame back for real.
Shame. Did you ever see that episode of Game of Thrones?
No, I never watched
She had
Game
to
of
walk
Thrones.
through. Oh my god.
Never watched it.
You know, I didn't think that I was gonna like Game of Thrones, and then I like really sat down and started like watching the first season. It was great.
The only thing I remember about Game of Thrones is honestly Trisha Paytas sitting down to eat the heart. I remember that, and I remember me cussing Matthew Lush out because he called her a disgusting pig, and that's why he blocked me. But I want to know what you guys think about this down below. I think it's crazy, and I think they've lost their fucking minds, truthfully.
Yeah.
Normally when we get on here and talk about Mikayla, we joke about her lying and things like that, but this is actually not clickbait. Mikayla Nogueira is actually missing. I've looked for the past several days. I've had people tagging me. She has not posted on any social media since the 3rd of this month. Now, there were a lot of people saying that they thought that she went on a cruise because apparently she was hinting at that, but she hasn't said anything since the 3rd. There's no Instagram posts, there's no TikToks, no comments, no replies, and people are worried. Literally, the thumbnail of this video is filled with comments of people worried about Mikayla Nogueira.
I think she had something done.
I mean, it's possible.
I think she went on a swan. Like, I honestly think that's what it's going to be. I think she's going to come back and Mikayla's going to look sickening.
I mean, I don't know. I hope that she's okay. I'm not trying to make fun of the situation because there very well could be something very serious going on, and I hope that's not the case. But is it possible that she did get some work done? Yes. But I will say this, as a social media influencer, she's built her like whole following by people that love her. They go to bat for her, they defend her and all that. I'm not going to say that she owes anybody anything, but when you have an audience like that and you just stop posting and you don't tell them anything that's going on or when you're going to be back, that can lead people to worry, and I would never want anybody to worry over me, you know?
Well, no, they are thinking that she has like passed away and all these like crazy things.
No.
There have been people making videos like calling those people out. Like, you're jumping to those extremes.
I do think it's an extreme when somebody doesn't upload for you to automatically assume something is wrong, right? Because we don't know what's going on in her life. But I do think that Mikayla does owe it to her audience if there's not something going on to let them know that her and Cody are okay, because they do worry about her. She has a lot of people that follow her.
Well, around the time that she went missing as well, there was like a lot of drama going on with her. There was something with Huda Beauty with the foundation. Apparently she was like wearing a filter allegedly in it. A filter in the video, and apparently Huda Beauty like shaded her. I don't know much about that, but there were some things going on with Mikayla involving drama during the time.
Oh, see, I didn't even know. I haven't really been keeping up with Mikayla, and when I went to look to see when she last posted, I just want to say Mikayla looks damn good.
Yeah.
Whatever she is doing, Mikayla is putting in that work. She
Put a
looks
gym in her house.
really good. I also did want to point out, when I went to Mikayla's profile, I don't follow her. I searched her name up. Every time I go there, a coupon pops up for the TikTok shop. Am I lying?
No,
it doesn't do it for him, but every time I do it, it pops up, and I think I have like 2 screenshots now. I found that to be very weird.
You know, she's probably on fucking vacation right now and just didn't tell anyone.
Yeah.
And just said, F all y'all.
Which is kind of bad, though, if you think about it.
You think?
Yeah, she should definitely be like, hey, I'm on vacation. I'm going to be absent for like 10 days. Then people are not going to worry, and they know when she's going to come back.
I don't know. I wish her well.
Not
No.
Okay,
no,
Cardi B.
No, I do. I wish her well. I hope she's fine.
Yeah, I do too, honestly. I do hope that Mikayla's okay. I almost reached out to her. I was going to message her on Instagram. Then I was like, I don't want to
read it.
No, she's read my message.
Oh.
No, Mikayla has messaged me back before when I've asked her about things. She has. I almost messaged her, but I didn't want to be like weird, so.
Hey, girl, you there?
Yeah, like, are you still here, girl? Are you all right?
How you doing?
But I want to know what you guys think. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like it. And if you're new here, please consider subscribing. And if you made it this far as well, leave me the cruise ship emoji, because I think that these people need to be shamed for this shit.
Yeah.
We need to bring shame back. But with that said, I hope you all have an amazing day, and I will see you all in my next video.
Bye.
Bye guys.